And now it's time for Hobo Reviews with Willie B.A. Hobo. Tonight's review, the Star Wars Saga. Oh my god, this is the best movie! Or movies that I've ever seen in my whole life! The Force is strong with the spoilers! There's this Jedi named Qui-Gon Jinn, and his apprentice is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they're gonna protect Queen Amidala. And while they're doing that, they're also trying to stop this menace called Darth Sidious. And while they do that, they go on Tatooine and find Anakin Skywalker. And Anakin Skywalker has to go in a pod race in order to be free, and he wins the race from Sepulva. And oh, by the way, there's Jar Jar Binks. Misa likey, Misa likey, Misa likey. And then they go off onto the Jedi base, and they try and get Anakin to become a Jedi, but that's not gonna happen because the midichlorian counts are so fucking high. Even Yoda, man, thinks that they're too high. He's jealous because it's higher than his. And so they go off and save the Senate, and so then they encounter this Darth Maul, who has a two-bladed lightsaber. He kills off Qui-Gon Jinn, but he can't stop Obi-Wan Kenobi, and so Obi-Wan Kenobi cuts Darth Maul in half, and now he becomes a Jedi Master, and he trains Anakin to become a Jedi, and then we move on to Episode 2, where Obi-Wan and Anakin must protect Amidala. Jesus, what the hell is wrong with you people? Why the hell do you have to always protect Amidala? So in any case, they have to protect her from this bounty hunter called Jango Fett, who's creating a clone army. I don't know what he would do with the clone army, but in any case, he's trying to kill Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Obi-Wan Kenobi gets the better of him, but then Jango gets the better of him, but then Obi-Wan gets the better of him, and so Anakin goes to Tatooine and protects Amidala, but then they go to Naboo, but then they go to Tatooine because that's Anakin's home, and they find out that his mother is dead. So now Anakin has to go save Obi-Wan Kenobi. Only that doesn't work, and now he's captured, so the rest of the Jedi come, and the Clone Wars begin! And then Anakin and Obi-Wan go after Count Dooku, but to no avail. But then Yoda, the man, goes after Count Dooku, but Count Dooku is able to escape. Thus bringing us to Episode 3. Actually, not Episode 3, because at the end of Episode 2, Anakin and Padme get married. Now on to Episode 3. Anakin and Obi-Wan go after Count Dooku and finally defeat him. But now they have to go after General Grievous, and that wimp escapes. What a whip. And so now they're gonna have to try and go after him. And meanwhile, Anakin is being lured over to the dark side by Senator Palpatine, who also plays Darth Sidious, who also plays the Emperor. God, this guy plays a lot of roles. It's amazing what he can do with the prey. And so he tries to lure Anakin to the dark side of the Force with this story at the opera about Darth Plagueis. And so then Anakin's starting to puzzle, which way should I go? Should I go with the Jedi? Or should I go with the Dark Emperor who promises me to have immortal life? It's a tough choice, if you know what you mean. The choice gets even more difficult when Mace Windu goes after Palpatine when he figures out that Palpatine is on the dark side. And so Anakin stops Mace Windu because he needs Palpatine. So he essentially turns to the dark side and he becomes Darth Vader. And then Obi-Wan and Anakin go off on this legendary battle right after he choked the living hell out of his wife. That whore! And he also killed a bunch of kids. That skank! But then Obi-Wan gets the better of Anakin. He slices and dices him until he becomes Darth Vader with that famous suit. And they see the process of the Death Star. Meanwhile, Emperor Palpatine is going after Yoda, the man. And I guess he wins. And then he goes after Darth Vader to try and save him. And that's the end of Episode 3. And now we're on to Episode 4, where Obi-Wan is an old geezer who's still taking care of one of Anakin's child, Luke Skywalker, who wants to become a Jedi. And especially after his uncle and aunt die in a fire, in a raid caused by the stormtroopers. Yeah, they changed the name from clone troopers to stormtroopers. I don't know why they would do that. But in any case, so then they go off and find Han Solo and Chewbacca the Wookiee. And they go on the Millennium Falcon, and they go up on the Death Star, and they're trying to rescue Princess Leia, who's been captured by Darth Vader. By the way, that's the other child of Anakin Skywalker. She is so damn hot with those buns. And so then Obi-Wan turns off the shield, but then he encounters Darth Vader again, and Darth Vader gets his revenge on Obi-Wan Kenobi, and and kills him, but then Luke Skywalker destroys the Death Star. And that completes episode 4. In episode 5, Luke Skywalker is exploring something until he is captured by the Cookie Monster! Actually, he's not really a Cookie Monster because he's not blue. But he does look like Cookie Monster. And the only reason I'm thinking about it was because of that Family Guy ripoff. So anyways, and so Han Solo saves his bacon, and then they go off and attack these robotic camels from the dark side. And Luke then goes to the Dagobah system, where he encounters Yoda, the man! Yoda, the man! And Yoda trains him to become a Jedi. But Luke senses something troubling in the future, that his friends are in trouble, so he goes off with his training incomplete. Meanwhile, up on Cloud City, Han Solo gets captured, Leia gets captured, and Han Solo gets frozen in a carbonite. Thank God he did not stick out his ass like in the Family Guy version. That would have been very offensive if you knew what I mean. And then Luke goes up to the Cloud City, and he encounters Darth Vader, and they go on a sort of epic battle until Darth Vader cuts off his hands off. And then he tells him, "Oh, Luke, I am your father." No! And so Luke Skywalker escapes, knowing that he is Darth Vader's son. Actually, he's Anakin Skywalker's son, but you get the point. And that completes episode 5. In episode 6, Luke Skywalker and the gang go rescue Han Solo on Tatooine. Then they go down to the planet of Endor, where they encounter the little Ewoks, and try and stop the dark side of the Force and the Emperor there. But then the Emperor lures Luke Skywalker up to the still under construction new Death Star, and he gets Luke Skywalker to go on a battle with Darth Vader, and Luke Skywalker cuts Darth Vader's hands off, but instead of finishing him off, he stops and says, "No, you bastard! I'm not gonna kill! Only a bad guy kills! I'm a good guy like my daddy before me!" And so Emperor Palpatine zaps him with lightning, and Darth Vader then turns into Anakin Skywalker and saves the day! By trusting the Emperor overboard. I know, it's fucking lame. But then Anakin dies, and he goes up to the above. And so at the end, you have Luke Skywalker seeing Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Yoda the man! Yoda the man! I'm starting to puzzle why they don't have Qui-Gon Jinn. You would have thought they would have had him up there. And so that's the complete Star Wars saga. And I, for one, like it. And I so can't wait for the new Star Wars to come out. This is Willie B.A. Hobo saying, "Charge! You got charge! Oh, come on, Upagaya, will you? Come on, charge! Come on! I'm freaking give you a lightsaber!